Alright guys, it's me again. I told y'all I'd run through the fixing of that S21, and I had a couple of comments. People were like, well, just pull a power supply out of one you know that works. And of course I think they said S21, but an S19 and an S21, it's the exact same power supply. So this is the one I swapped out. This is a 19. You can tell because it's a lot wider than the 21s if you look at it. But I'm gonna go ahead and log into Vnish, which isn't hard. Open that up and it'll scan. And I'm gonna go ahead and fire this one up because it's got the Vnish software on it. And I know I talked briefly about that before, about how fast Vnish fires up. And you just watch, the thing just goes, it looks like it's dead, you got no lights on, then all of a sudden everything is just wide open. It's pretty cool, I like it. It's a lot faster than the Antminer firmware. The Antminer firmware takes probably 4 to 5 minutes before it's fully up and mining. Okay. Turn them on with these two right here are just on I have all my little remote relays so I can shut them off. So I kick on number 1 and that says that's units 1 and 2. So the lights come on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and kick on stage 1 pump, which is my primary pump. And if you pan over there, you'll see it comes on pretty rowdy. For such a small pump, it really really pushes the water through. Okay, now you'll notice that the lights are dead there and the 4 board lights are just blinking red. Normally, Antminer will fire the first one up, it'll change over to green, then if everything's happy, after 15-20 seconds, the next one will go to green, and then the next one will go to green. And it takes 4 or 5 minutes. The Vnish, it just boots it. As you see, they all go green all at the same time, wide open. And we're fired up. We're running right now. We are online. It is a lot faster. I do like that. So we'll let it come up here and let it find it. And I'll log into it real quick, pull it up on the metrics so you can see that it's running and hashing. It may take it a couple of minutes before it shows up in the pool. I ain't got a lot of power. We only got up to about 10% today, so I'm not going to run her long. I don't remember what number that one was, or I'd try just logging directly into it. Because that's faster than waiting for this. There it is, it's online now. You can see right up here in the firmware. Antminer S19 Pro Hydro, it's running hash core, which is the Vnish. It's just at 60.2 terahash right now because it's coming up. You can tap on that and it'll copy the address of the miner. Go over here and just paste it. And there she is. For some reason you have to unlock some of them, but it's just admin as the password. Yeah. Never. Okay, and there's where we are right now. All the performance data. It's mining. Power consumption on that board's 1268, 1392. It's ramping it up. So this is the pool it's using right now. It says active. The cooling you can see is at 34 degrees and 35 degrees respectively. So she's pretty chill. Okay, so this one, all is good. Yeah, there's no problems with it. No issues. You can log into all the menus. So there we go. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and power it down. Well, I hate to do that, but can't afford the power. So just like that, turn the pump off. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect everything. You hear the gravity pull all the water out of them. It's a nice bonus feature. I didn't plan that, but it's really nice. If you unplug the supply, it just siphons the water. You can see it pulling all the water back out of the unit because it's going downhill. It's pretty handy. It keeps it from dribbling a whole lot when you when you take them out. And let's let it suck it all out of there. And then we'll go ahead and pull the power supply out of this, and I'll show you over here. The power supplies are exactly the same. It's the same power supply. Both these machines pull the same amount of power when they're running. The only difference is this does 400 terahash, this does 200. All right, it looks like it's pretty much done. And this is Old Faithful. We call it the Golden Child. We're just going to do all this in real time, so there's no confusion. That's the 19, that's the 21. And just so I'll show you on the power supplies, if you want to come in here and zoom in. Okay. These are both, this is an S21, this is an S19 power supply. All right, but if you look at them, and we'll pull the other one out in a second here. 300 amps, 21.6 volts. 300 amps, 21.6 volts. They're the same. They're identical. But I'm gonna set these over here out of the way so they don't get confused in any way. All right, it's not that hard to pull them out. All right, back cover, the power for the control board, and the little control cable. Then the bus bar. All right, 2 screws on the front. Undo the cooling hose, power supply. Okay, this one you can see is out of an S19, and the S19 was working that I took this out of, but one of the boards was not working in the S19, so I would assume the power supply is fine. 3 of the boards worked, 1 of them didn't. I would think that's a board issue, but we'll just set that to the side. All right, I'll just start on the front since I'm here. Same setup, control board power. And you see the 19s, the boards are a lot shorter, but there's 4 of them. And there you go. Power supply coming out. 300 amps, 21.6 volts. Same thing. Oops, extra water. All right. Reverse the process to install. Slide the front in. Little screws. The water line back up. Spin around. Control cable, click. Control power, click. Bus bar. And yes, I know these are not torqued. We're just trying to see if it's going to work. Come on, baby. All right. The little screws. Easy trigger on these because, well, they strip out easy. All right, that's it. It's an S21 with a known good power supply. Back in its hole, Ethernet, return water, supply water, power cable. All right. If I remember correctly, that one's 88. Yeah, you can see where I already tried to pull it up. Rinse and repeat. Now you can't turn the water full bore on it. Well, that one has Vnish on it, so it should be able to. Fire up 1 and 2. Lights are on. And the pump's on. Does show up. Weirdly, it shows up with the amp miner firmware. Oh, there it is. It says starting. Well, if they're right, this would be awesome. And it is 88. There it comes up. The other one still comes up with the amp miner. See, now I got a warning light on. That's not normal. And it says disconnected. Still says starting here. Well, that's trying to figure it out. Somebody mentioned that my mains voltage, maybe check my mains voltage. I mean, obviously all the other ones run, but I do have a 3-phase monitor right there. Phase average is 407, 408 volts. No fault. And the operating range on these is 380 to 415, I believe. Go ahead and unlock it. We can get into it now. And we're at the same position we were. All 3 hash boards are stopped. It just says error. So this is exactly what it was before. If you go into the logs, this is the exact same thing it said before. Cooling down the miner, cooling down completed, initializing. It says a miner initialization failed, mining stopped. Looks like it tried to restart it 3 times and it couldn't initialize the miner. So yeah, doesn't look like it's a power supply issue. So that being said, but it's all done on camera, so if I did something wrong, you know, show me. I think changing out a power supply is pretty easy, pretty standard. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. There's no point in it running, not working. So I guess the old 19 is gonna have to go back in the hole. But we'll do that after a while. Somebody was asking while I got the laptop up, you know, how much money they make and on a daily running. Come on, girl. I fired up 2 of them last night because I had the batteries charged up all day because I was working on the solar panels and it was rainy and overcast, but the batteries charged all the way up during the day, and at the end of the day I was like, dang, I just can't leave 100% in the batteries. So I fired up a pair of them. I fired up these 2 right here, 221s, and I was like, I got to remember to shut those off before I go to bed. Well, I didn't remember, but they shut themselves off when you run out of power. So, you know, but anyways, they made $11.21. And that was from yesterday. Because it goes from like 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock my time, Eastern or Central time. And then after you fall back, it goes from 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock, because I think it's off of UTC time, so it doesn't adjust for daylight or savings. So, and I fired them up about, it's about 6:15, somewhere around there. And they dropped out, according to the inverters, about midnight. So two of them ran for about 6 hours, made $11.21. Of course, I had to come out here this morning. All the inverters are off. They'll still charge though, which is really nice. When the sun comes out, they still start charging the batteries even though they're not doing any output. And you just got to come hit the button on one, turn it off, you'll hear them all click, turn it back on, you'll hear them all click, and they'll come back online. So it's not a big ordeal. I set them to cut out before the batteries, so because one time I ran the batteries so low, I literally had to pull the covers off and charge cell by cell just to get enough power back in them that the BMS would light up and let them charge. That was an ordeal, so I was like, don't take the batteries that low. But you can see what I was getting at is, if you look on the mining rewards, an average, these are the days right here. So if you come in close and just get a nice steady still of that way, I mean, you can pause it, back it up, and look at it. Those are the total Bitcoin mined there in the highlighted column, and the dates are on the left. Okay, so looking at that, you know, it ranges anywhere from 39,070s to whatever, because we're on solar. But on a normal sunny day, it does around 41,000, 0.00041,000 Bitcoin in a day. It'll do about, well, whatever the price of Bitcoin at that day, you know, is. And I hodl. So somebody asked me if I just regularly cash it out. I don't. I just hodl. And but and somebody asked me how much I got invested total in this, and it's too much. I'm almost ashamed to say. So it's a bunch. It'll probably, well, when Bitcoin's at $250,000 a coin, oh, it'll be chump change at that point. It won't even matter. I'll be like, oh yeah, I only had this invested in it. But, you know, at whatever it is now, it usually tells you up at the top, 87,975 right now. That's no bueno. That's not great. But it'll change. Anyway, that's it for this. If I did something wrong here or somebody has a different suggestion, please just let me know.